Elon Musk, amid his destruction of the federal government, has been running through these various agencies with a bunch of coked up 23 and 25-year-olds. These kids who are I would not trust these kids to work the register at an Arby's. And here they are, gaining access to some of the country's most crucial systems. This article is courtesy of CNBC, and it focuses not only on the racist posts of one of DOGE's staffers, but how the CEO of cuckoldry, JD Vance himself, said that this young man should be rehired. And and he actually wound up getting rehired because he was probably hired for being a racist. Musk to rehire DOGE staffer behind racist post after Trump endorses the idea. Elon Musk said Friday he will rehire a DOGE staffer who abruptly resigned following the exposure of his tweets advocating for racism and eugenics. Musk's announcement on his social media platform X came after Vice President JD Vance urged Musk to hire the staffer back, and President Donald Trump endorsed that view. Quote, well, I don't know about that particular thing. Oh my God, how do you not know? Oh, he's so bad. He's so bad at being president. I don't know. Dog, this is the guy who gave you $250 million, bringing these kids into government agencies that you're supposed to oversee to a certain degree, and you're like, I don't know. I'm not asking you how many points Anthony Edwards had last night. You know, that I would understand if you didn't know. How do you not know about this particular thing? What are your briefings like? Is it just like pictures of gorillas? Does he cycle through a printed slideshow that starts with a silverback and then an orangutan and then he gets like a fucking macaque? Is that what Trump's briefings are like in the morning? But if the vice president said that, did you say that? Oh God, If the vice president said that, did you say that? I'm with the vice president. Trump's remarks came during a press conference at the White House with Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba on Friday afternoon. Hours earlier, Musk, the head of DOGE, launched a poll on his social media platform asking users whether Elise should be rehired to the so-called Department of Government Efficiency team. Remember when Elon ran a poll on Twitter that asked if he should step down as CEO? And everyone voted yes. And that never happened. That was cool. There was a brief moment of hope for that one. Vance replied that young man should also rejoin DOGE. Here's my view. I obviously disagree with some of Elise's posts, but I don't think stupid social media activity should ruin a kid's life. You're 25. Take it from me. A former 25-year-old who at one point in my life had tweeted some less than desirable things. When you do it at 15 or at 16, that's understandable. You know, athletes get their old tweets uncovered all the time and they say some wacky shit. Sometimes even some, they throw a slur in there every now and then. While I don't think it's right for them to do that, I understand that when you're a teenager, you're fucking stupid. But you're 25 talking about making anti-Indian racism more prominent. You're just a freak. You're a racist freak. We shouldn't reward journalists who try to destroy people, ever, said Vance, referencing the fact that the Wall Street Journal on Thursday exposed Elise's connection to an X account that made inflammatory tweets. This is a right-wing outlet that they're criticizing in the Wall Street Journal. Just doing journalism. I feel that it's an appropriate thing to do to investigate the social media accounts of someone who is like 2 people away from the president. That dude is closer to Donald Trump than I am to my fucking great-grandparents in terms of people. So I say bring him back. If he's a bad dude or a terrible member of the team, fire him for that. JD Vance's kids are half Indian, and he is lobbying for the rehiring of someone who practices anti-Indian racism. Elise was one of a group of young adults on DOGE, which has been tasked by Trump with cutting federal spending and reducing government workforce. Trump has purged the Democratic commissioners of the National Labor Relations Board and the Equal Opportunity Employment Commissioner since taking office, as well as the Department of Justice and the FBI staff. The account linked to Elise's tweet. Elise resigned Thursday after the Journal asked the White House about posts on X linked to him. The account linked to him tweeted in September, "You could not pay me to marry outside of my ethnicity." I think this dude you should not be thinking about marriage, my friend. The same month, the account tweeted, quote, "Normalize Indian hate," referring to a post noting the prevalence of people from India in Silicon Valley. Do you know how racist you gotta be to be racist against a group of people that make up the majority of the sector that you work in? This is like if you worked at a restaurant and you hated Latinos, or if you were a basketball coach and you hated black people, right? Like a college basketball coach, you just hate black people. It doesn't make sense. Oh yeah, again, JD Vance's children are half Indian and his wife is Indian. And he's sticking up for this kid. Vance is married to Usha Vance, who is the first Indian American and first Hindu to become Second Lady of the United States. Vance is of assorted crackers descent, being Scots-Irish. Last summer, the same account tweeted, "Just for the record, I was racist before it was cool." What? When was racism cool? How warped is your perception of the world that you think racism was previously uncool and is now cool? Weeks before that, it posted, "I would not mind at all if Gaza and Israel were both wiped off the face of the earth." Musk, who is also the CEO of Tesla, on Friday morning launched an X poll with the question, bring back DOGE staffer who made inappropriate statements via a now deleted pseudonym. Asking your platform that's full of Nazis if a Nazi should continue to work is like asking a group of wolves if you should build them a door into your chicken coop. The poll, which ended at around 11:15 a.m., drew more than 387,000 votes. 78 of them voted yes. On Thursday, before he quit, Alez and another DOGE staffer who were designated as special government employees were approved by a federal judge to have access to the payment system of the U.S. Treasury. The judge restricted their ability to share data from that highly sensitive system with other people. What a dipshit fucking judge. I don't think these kids have any clearance either, which is great. They just have unfettered access to the government systems and were not vetted properly. Elise previously worked for X and another Musk company, SpaceX. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told the Bloomberg News Service Thursday that he personally had vetted one of the 2 Treasury employees from Musk's DOGE team. This is like that security guard at, I don't know if it was a Bills game or a Giants game, but you know the video where he's just standing there and he's doing the pat down of people, but he's not actually patting them down. He's just waving his arms around them. That was the vetting process. It was not clear if that person was Alez, who resigned after Bessent gave this interview. Quote, "These are highly trained professionals. This is not some roving band running around doing things." This guy is 25. You're not the only highly trained professional I've seen at 25 is LeBron James. Patrick Mahomes, Mike Trout, like Kurt Cobain, Chief Keef. Highly trained professionals do not exist in government at 25 years old. Energy Secretary Chris Wright, in an interview Friday with CNBC's Brian Sullivan, spoke about DOGE employees being deployed to his department. Quote, the government is old and maybe a little bit stodgy. We've got some young kids, think young gun management consultants, coming in to take a critical look at how things are run. I've heard these rumors. They're like seeing our nuclear secrets. None of that is true. They don't have security clearances. These kids don't fucking know anything. They don't. They don't. They may know C++, they may know Python, but to think that they'll know government systems after working with Elon Musk is stupid. If they were 25 and got hired by the government and this was like 5 years ago, maybe that would lend a little bit more credibility, because at least you're familiar with the government system at that point, and you could potentially highlight a solution to improve some of your processes. But I don't believe that. CNN previously reported that a DOGE staffer was given access to the Energy Department's IT system. That report specified Microsoft 365 and I believe Outlook as well. I don't know if Outlook is part of 365. I don't. I'm the only millennial who is not proficient in Excel.